It's midweek, it's Wednesday, time to check in with the energies, see what's going on in our world on a collective level or on a personal level. Now, little Bear's just popped his head up there. I've got Bear helping me, my new personal assistant. So, you know, you may well get distracted by him throughout the reading, as may I. But I thought we'd use these Healing Light tarot cards to have a little bit of a look at what's going on around us this week, this midweek. So, a bit more of a shuffle. So let's have a look at what our current energy is. What's the current energy around us as a collective and as maybe on a personal note. A bit more of a shuffle. Right, there we go. So we'll have 3 cards, I think. We've got the 5 of Cups. We've got the Tower, and we've got the 10 of Swords. So the 5 of Cups is about not maybe being happy with how things are at the moment. The 5 of Cups is 3 cups that have fallen over and the contents have spilled, and then there's 2 cups still standing up. The contents of those are still there. So it may be that, you know, we're looking, or you on a personal note are looking at the things that maybe you feel like you've lost, or the things that don't make you happy anymore. But the key to the 5 of Cups is actually to take a big step back, to look at the entire picture, the bigger picture, and actually see, well, the things we have lost, yes, they have gone, but there are still 2 cups that are standing, and 2 cups that have got are very valid, that have got really good stuff in them, and things that we may be able to move forwards with, that may be able to bring us more happiness. So I think this week it's all about taking that step back and looking at the bigger picture, focusing on the positives rather than the negatives, and trying to not look at things as you know, as what we've lost, but the things that we've gained. So maybe just that reframing of perspective. We've also got the Tower card. So the Tower comes when things need clearing, when you need to get onto a different path, or we need to get onto a different path. The Tower comes in, or the universe comes in and takes something away and leaves space for us to rebuild it even bigger and better. I often think that the Tower, you know, the universe gives us like little nudges in the right direction, and it's only when we continue to ignore them that it sweeps in and it goes, right, I've had enough, clears it out, and actually sets us off onto the right path. I've had loads of really good Tower moments in my life, ones that at the time I thought was really terrible, but actually turned out to be the best thing that could have ever happened. So I think at the moment, we are in the midst of a Tower moment. The energy feels quite it feels quite precarious, doesn't it? Or there's a sense of anticipation, like something's going to happen, and I think we're sort of in the midst of this Tower moment where things are moving, things are shifting, things are clearing, in order for us to rebuild in a much better way down the line. And like I say, it might feel terrible at the moment, but I think, you know, in the long run, in the bigger picture, if we take a step back and look at that bigger picture, we've actually got 2 cups there, 2 things that we can rebuild to bring more happiness and contentment and all of the things that we need as a collective, as on a personal level, back to ourselves. So again, we've got that 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is about an ending. So I think there are quite a lot of endings in the air at the moment. I think there's definitely a lot of new beginnings, and that will, you know, translate as there are lots of endings, because with any new beginning comes, you know, there's been an ending before it. So I think we are being pushed into ending a lot of things within our lives. And again, it's a blessing. You know, the 10 of Swords, it feels terrible. It might be, you know, things might have been stressful and have built to a crescendo, and then, you know, the endings come, and then the pressure starts to release. I actually feel like, you know, we're in that release pressure kind of time. Like I say, it's all felt very like anticipation. There's been a lot of anticipation. and sort of like we're on a precipice of something big happening. And I think that's either in the process of happening at the moment, or it has happened and that pressure's releasing. We're coming down the other side of the hill. So let's have a little bit of a look. What have we got to release? What do we as a collective have to release, or you on a personal note, on a personal level, have to release at the moment? Oops. A little bit more of a shuffle. Right, there we go. Page of Swords. The Star. The Three of Pentacles. So what's needing to be released? Page of Swords. Page of Swords. I feel like a thirst for knowledge. A thirst for knowledge. I need to know. I think we need to just maybe take a little bit of a step back from our need to know everything, and just follow with our intuition. What feels good to you? What feels good? What feels right? Connection with that intuition is so imperative. It leads us in the right direction. And I think as a collective and on a personal level, we all need to find that reconnect with our intuition and connect with our higher self, our divine self, and use that to navigate ourselves forward, instead of having this constant need to know, constant need to second guess, constant need to have knowledge. Yes, it's great, but I think in this moment of time, we need to follow our instincts. Trust your instincts. I think that is just a massive problem, because people are more detached from themselves, from their spiritual selves, and I think they are following information, searching for knowledge, when really a lot of the knowledge that we need to move ourselves forward is actually within us. So I think it's definitely that release, the releasing the need to know, the need to have information to lead ourselves forward. We've got the Star there. That very much feels, she feels very magical, doesn't she? It's a beautiful card, this one. And I think, again, it feels very much about connection to self, connection to higher self, connection to the stars, to our source. And I think that's the way forward. So this definitely feels, for me, the need to release exterior knowledge, exterior needs to know, and just follow what's going on inside of you. We've got the Three of Pentacles down there at the bottom, about teamwork. It's about collaboration. And I think if we can collaborate as a whole, if we can, work together, find like-minded people that we can connect with, that we can collaborate with, and be coming from a more spiritual, deeper connection, then we can do amazing things. But I think the days of leading with our head need to be released. I think we all need to come from our spiritual centre, from our inner knowing. So, what to focus on? What to focus on this midweek point? What to focus on in this midweek point? Right. 8 of Wands. Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant. So what to focus on? I think we need to focus on shifting that energy up and shaking things up a little bit. Obviously, eight of Wands is all about swift movement, about energy. It feels very much about energetically moving forwards. And so I think we need to focus on moving forwards in a positive way. We've got the Queen of Pentacles there. I love the fact that this Queen of Pentacles is pregnant in this. So she's creating in a pentacle kind of way. She's bringing new things, new earthly material things into life. And so I think it's all, we need to focus on bringing new structures, new ways of doing things, new rules and regulations. Maybe we've got the Hierophant at the bottom there. I think we need to focus on shifting things, on moving things forwards, and shaking things up and being creative and creating new ways of doing things, whether that's in your own life, whether that's in a collective way. The old structures, the old ways of doing things, the old rules and regulations, the old ways of being, the old ways of doing, they've not been working. We need to, now is the time that we need to evolve. We need to start shifting things, and we need to start putting our energy into being creative and creating, stronger, better structures and material things moving forwards. So, what support do we have from Spirit? If you don't do the whole Spirit thing, the universe? What support do we need from the universe? From the energy that is bigger than us. Where do we need support? Why do we need support? Maybe we've got we've got the Three of Wands. We've got the Five of Wands. We've got the Nine of Cups. So I think the support that we need from Spirit moving forwards is to actually help us to open up our minds, to help us open up where we need to be going from here. Where next? Where do we take ourselves? Where do you need to take yourselves moving forwards? I think there's a lot of conflicting energy going on, a lot of unsettled energy, and I think we need help with that. Certainly, like I say, things feel quite unsettled. Although things feel better, there's still we know that things need to shift, we know that things need to change, and I think because of all the I feel like there's a lot of truths are coming out, a lot of clearer vision is being seen, we're seeing things in a whole different way, and I think that's making the energy feel unsettled. Things are definitely, we're shifting, we're definitely shifting, and I think we need some help with Spirit to help us know where to take ourselves next. I think we need help with Spirit to help us to feel calmer and more settled, and also we've got that Nine of Cups there. To just keep spurring us on towards the things that we are wanting in life, towards that happiness, towards that contentment, towards some peace, and I think we're needing. It's always good to see that little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel, isn't there? To know that you're on the right track. So I think this is the areas that we're needing support from the universe, support from Spirit, whatever. At the moment, just finding that view, that vision of where to next for us, and just calming of that conflicting energy, and also just a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel, a bit of a clue that we're going in the right direction. So, energy outcome. Excuse me. How's this energy going to resolve itself this week? I suspect it's not going to, but let's have a little bit of a look. Let's see what by the end of the week how things are going to be improved. The Six of Cups. The Hermit. The Lovers. Okay, this feels very much like it feels very much like support. Actually, I've loved this card. Actually, I've never noticed that. Six of Cups. It's been gifted a cup. Being gifted a cup from. Obviously, it's a card of ancestors, isn't it? It's a card of family, card from the past, and she's been gifted a cup filled with happiness. And then we've got the Hermit. The Hermit is all about introspection, about looking at our shadow side and gaining wisdom and knowledge about that. Then we've got the Lovers. It's about connection, about coming together with somebody. So I think maybe we need to look at the past. We need to look at how things have resolved themselves in the past. And maybe the past is is giving us some clues on how to make things better, you know, moving onwards, gifting us this gift, this potential gift of happiness, of contentment, of love. And I think we've got obviously that card of introspection. I think a lot of us are going to be doing a lot of soul searching this week. That card has come out an awful lot in my readings. And so I think there's going to be a lot of deep introspection going on within us, maybe looking at our shadow side, bringing things out into the light that maybe have been hidden before. Again, that whole secrets thing, that whole truths coming out. I feel like we're sort of, you know, we're bringing out all of those things, to take a look at them, to bring them out into the light, to help us heal from them and learn from them, and then we can move through them. And it's about connection, it's about people. So the outcome of the end of this week, I think, is maybe we're going to get a little, you know, take some advice from the past. Maybe we're going to get some insight, some channeled insight from our ancestors from the past to help us move forward in a more loving way. And we're going to try and learn about ourselves and try and heal ourselves in some way by taking some time to look within, and also just finding that connection with others, finding that love within with others, moving forwards. Yeah, it feels very much about love, about healing, about how to move forwards in the most positive way. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that's been helpful. I hope that's been insightful for you. Maybe helped you stay on track a little bit this week. In the meantime, you look after yourself, take care of yourself, stay rooted, stay open, stay magical, and I'll catch up again with you very soon. Hopefully at the weekend, if you want to pop in for my messages from your higher self, or a pick a card reading. And also there's the horoscope readings going on throughout the week. So I'll leave it at that. You take care of yourself, and I'll see you again soon.